Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host. So yeah, we are starting another series of films, and this is another one of Universal International's franchise, similar to the Ma and Pa Kettle films. This time we're taking a look at a film, the first in the series, and I'll explain my thoughts on that. But we're going to be taking a look at the first in the series. We're going to be taking a look at the story of a mule himself. The movie stars Donald O'Connor, Patricia Madeline Zatzpitz, Ray Collins, John McTonan, and Francis the Talking Mule in 1950s Francis. Now, I watched this off of the Adventures of Francis the Talking Mule. This is a four movie set. Now, before I go ahead and give my thought on this movie, I kind of want to talk about this series in whole. So, the Francis franchise had 7 movies. This is actually the first 4, and included on the set is Francis the Talking Mule on here, but the movie's called Francis. Here on the back of DVD, it says Francis the Talking Mule. I'm just going to say Francis for this video. This also has its sequel, Francis Goes to the Races, Francis Goes to West Point, and Francis Covers the Big Town. Now, there are 7 movies in total. This was a reissue from 2012 to coincide with Universal's 100. I had this, and I believe a Don Knotts set, which also released under Universal's 100. This is actually a reissue of a 2004 set called The Adventures of Francis Talking Mule, Volume 1. Supposedly there's supposed to be Volume 2, but apparently sales in this didn't do well. So Universal scrapped it and said, you know what? Let's go ahead and just release the first 4 and see how they do. If not, we'll release more. But Universal did release all 7 movies together. So I hope you all can understand what this is. So now that I got all that spiel all the way, let's talk about Francis. So Francis focuses on Donald O'Connor. I'm tongue-tied right now. But anyways, he plays Lieutenant Peter Sterling. So Lieutenant Sterling is a soldier who's in the army. So he basically, he's trying to work the barracks. He's doing his service in the military until while he was on the field, he discovers a mule who went by the name of Francis, who apparently in the movie says he's a sergeant. But yeah, they don't really explain. But along the way, he meets another woman. I can't think of what her name was, but I believe she was played by Zaz Pitts. I'm probably getting that wrong. So he has a relationship with her. So he's trying to work around. His sergeants are not really cool, and he realized that he thinks that this mule doesn't talk. So I don't know because there was a show in the 60s called Mr. Ed, which was about a talking horse. This is basically about a mule horse. So it's an interesting series. It's similar. Universal Nationals was trying different franchises. This is before we got the likes of the Land for Time and Fast and Furious franchise. But back in the day, Universal was trying to do comedy franchises and the Ma and Pa Kettle movies. And the Francis movies, also coming out the same year. Supposedly in the back of the DVD, it says it was released in 1949, but when I looked at it online, it's 1950. So I'm just going to say it's 1950. So, Francis, I gotta say, the way I'm getting my talking animals mixed up, but the way the mule talks, especially in black and white, look really good. I mean, these special effects magicians knew how to do special effects. For a movie shot in black and white, it's just mind-boggling. I will give it that. unfortunately, just like with the Mom, Pa, Kettle movies, it kind of goes stale. This movie starts strong, but the biggest problem is there's just not enough jokes that made me laugh. Don't get me wrong, it's not like a Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler comedy where I can laugh really hard. Those comedian magicians knew how to make someone laugh. Maybe it's because I grew up in the 90s, and maybe if I was like a kid in the 1950s or saw this on like local television, I probably would have laughed. But there are some funny moments, but to be honest, not enough to make me say this is actually, don't get me wrong, this is good. This is really, really good. It's a fun movie. Again, like I said before. Also, interesting enough, this movie, like I said, I think Donald O'Connor is really good. I think he's really a really good actor. I mean, he is fun as a sergeant. I mean, he sometimes is an idiot. Like I said, he's no Barney Fife, but for a movie that was made in the 50s, he's fine in it. I feel like some of the fun moments where some of there's a scene where the general actually, he wants to know if Francis really does talk, but they don't believe him. Then all of a sudden he believes him. So the joke is he doesn't talk right away. He doesn't. So he basically is trying to sort of work the gaps, I guess, to try to do that. But once Francis starts talking, those sergeants are like, wow. There's once he was like, Lieutenant Sterling, are you a ventriloquist? Like, no, sir. And then there's times where he says, no, sir. He like literally gets nervous every time. So when he meets Francis, that's like at the beginning. He's like, who said that? Who said that? I did. It is, who is that? Well, what's your name? And then he's like, Francis. And it's like I thought Francis was a girl's name. It's not. It's Francis with an I. But, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have much to say about a movie like that. I give Universal credit for starting a franchise. Now, like I said again, the problem is I just wish they had better writers. This movie actually was, I'm trying to see, apparently they're based on a novel by David Stern. It was actually directed by Arnold Lubin? Lubin? I think it is. Yeah, it's Arnold Lubin. All four of these were made by the same director. So, all these are directed by Arnold Lubin. I'll eventually get to the other three for now. Like, I do want to see Francis Goes to the Races and Francis Goes to West Point. Those are the ones I think, those are the ones I'm looking forward to watching. In terms of Francis Coming to Big Town, maybe. I'll have to see if these, who knows, just like with the Mom and Pa movies, The Egg and I was really good. I thought that was a good comedy. I feel like that one is a little better than Francis, because I feel in that movie, Fred MacMurray and Claudia Corbett were great. I thought they were a great couple in that movie. I feel with this movie, it could have been better. I'm like I said, I'm not knocking on these movies. I'm recommending them. I think for what they are, if you like classic movies, or if you want to dive into a franchise, or discover film history, Francis, I can recommend. For me, it's not something I will go back to and watch again. Maybe the sequels might improve, but as of this film, and as of this movie, not so much. But still, I'm recommending this movie for what it is. I think it's fine. If you want to see a movie that's a precursor to the Mr. Ed TV show, because honestly, I thought the Mr. Ed TV show is incredible. I think that's like one of the funniest of the classic sitcoms, and I do own that. But if you want to see a movie that's like the precursor to this, I'm going to recommend it. And yeah, this was under the Universal International, so who knows? Well, we'll see. Eventually, I will get to the sequels eventually. But I'm glad to have this. Like I said again, I only paid $1 for this at a yard sale. For $1 for 4 movies, that was a steal. So, Yeah, not much to say about that though. I'm trying to think of anything else I can mention before I go ahead and rate the movie. No. No, I don't have much else to say. So, yeah. Let's get to it right now. I'm going to give Francis a 3 out of 5. It's average. It's not bad. I like these old black and white movies. I think some are good, some are bad. But I feel like I said again, yeah, 3 out of 5 is the perfect choices. I can't lower that because I feel like they're going to get better as time goes by. But as of now, it's a 3 out of 5 for sure. So that's my review of Francis. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content of the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all my video notifications so you know what I put up on the channel. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you guys can check me out there as well. Like I said, stop by the channel. I post a lot of really good content on there. So yeah, don't have much to say about it. So yeah, and as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.